Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's Daily Word. Today's Tuesday, January 4th. Glad you could join me on this kind of chilly morning this morning. We are coming together again for our Daily Word. I'm in the sanctuary, as I said yesterday. I'm going to just be in here this week while the decorations are up. Reminder that on Sunday, we'll have worship. We're going to talk about, we have the communion. We're going to talk about Jesus' baptism. We're going to talk about our baptisms and its relation to us as vocation. And we are also going to have a carry-in lunch immediately following worship. And then we're going to take down decorations. So if you're available and can help us, that would be great. Come stay for lunch. Even if you can't help take down decorations, just bring a dish and stay for lunch. It'll be fun to do that together. Diane and I will provide some kind of meat. I'm thinking about doing chicken tenders or something like that, something easy to put in the oven. So we'll have something prepared as well for that. So hopefully you'll join us on Wednesday as we gather together. So our scripture for this morning comes from the Gospel of John, chapter 15, verse 5. And these are familiar words to us probably. Jesus says, "I am the vine, you are the branches. Those who abide in me and I in them bear much fruit, because apart from me, you can do nothing." And so yesterday we talked from the Gospel of Matthew about the wise man, the wise person building their house up on the rock, about having a solid foundation. And I talked yesterday about what that means for us, how our foundation is found in worship, in gathering together. Our foundation, I've found it often in this whole decorated and undecorating thing. Our foundation's found in that, in this exciting thing. The foundations of our lives are found in relationship with each other and how we go about living our lives together and in those important ways. And so this text kind of follows up on that. Jesus said, "I am the vine, you are the branches. Those who abide in me and I in them bear much fruit, because apart from me, you can do nothing." Early in the season of Advent, I started with a newsletter, a little one page, maybe two, depending on the week, called Staying Connected. And you get it every Monday morning in your email. And if you don't get emails from me and would like to receive that email, that comes every Monday, which is called Staying Connected, and every Wednesday, which is the St. Paul's Weekly. If you don't get that email and you want to get it, all you have to do is send me your email address, and I'll make sure that happens. But the Staying Connected piece, I put in the Monday email. I also have been inserted in the bulletins, and it's this ongoing reminder about things that are coming up and ways that we can stay connected to each other. Many of them are in person, of course, but others of them are like this. We stay connected Sunday morning. If you're not in this place, you can stay connected because of Facebook Live. Tomorrow, the Crimson Bells, the Red Hat Ladies, I'm not sure which is the appropriate name, they gather on Wednesdays. And we come here and we go to lunch and we stay connected to each other. So those are such important things that we strive to do. So Jesus says to us in this text that this is a way that we stay connected. We stay connected, in my family. We have these several group text messages going on. There's a family one that includes lots of folks. There's a smaller family one that's my own personal family. Diane, Dustin, Mindy, Kelsey, Connor, and we share all kinds of pictures of the kids and funny stuff and making plans to get together for dinner or whatever that looks like. We have a text, my brother and my nephew Connor and Dustin and I. That's the four of us. We stay connected, and that's usually a sports kind of conversation that continues on. And then, there are many other ways that we stay connected to each other. Jesus says that the best way to live our lives is to be connected. I'm the vine, you are the branches, Jesus said. Those who abide in me and I in them bear much fruit. I think for us, discovering wholeness in our lives, reminding each other that we need to be connected, requires us to practice a means of grace. And by grace, I mean that we have grace with each other, that we bear each other up, that we share together in prayer and conversation. We share together in silence and solitude. We share together in physical exercise, in small groups, in worship. We practice the presence of God. You know, for months and months, I've had this idea, and hopefully by spring we can, that maybe gathering once a week, those who want to, maybe at Tuwalwa Park, and that we just walk. I've had that dream. I can't physically do it, but I'm hoping by spring, after my upcoming surgery in February, that I'll be able to do that. And we'll create this habit of staying connected. Keeps us close to God and then keeps us close to each other. And for me, I think it gives us this lasting sense of wholeness. We've done it in lots of ways. You know, when we had a softball team, we've taken a break. We might get back to that one of these days, but in that softball team, we stayed connected on mission trip. And hopefully this summer, if I'm healed enough, we'll be able to go on mission trip. It is a way that we stay connected, the vine and the branches. Jesus reminds us that when we abide in him, when we're connected to him, when we've built our house on the foundation, if you will, when we weather the storms together, when the streams rise and the winds blow, when we do work together and worship together, when we stay connected to the vine who is Jesus, who is God, when we realize that we need that connection, then we bear much fruit. And that's an amazing thing that God has called us to in our times together. So I wonder for us, when you think about how we apply the scripture to us, what habits and rhythms do we need to be in order to stay close to Jesus? Now, for me, one of the things I'm really trying to do is to really work hard on improving my preaching, connecting the dots, if you will. I'm really working hard on that. And so I begin on Sunday afternoon, as I used to do. I've gotten away from the habit and starting to put the pieces together and to plan about what it is that's most important about the text. Trying to create this rhythm and habit that doesn't rely on myself, but keeps me connected to the vine. Maybe for you and I know it is for me, it's this connection. I love when I get all done, because I'm using my phone right now. When I get all done, I go see who's watched and who's connected and who said good morning in watching this. It's this reminder, that we're connected to each other, and the scripture then connects us to God. We bear fruit in each other's lives. And, got to thinking about this past year and all the ways that we bore fruit. And I was in a conversation with someone the other day about confirmation. And I showed her a picture. The picture I used to show all the time of our feet and the journey we're on together. Do you remember that picture? And the way that we stay connected to each other. It was such an important thing. Jesus said, I'm the vine, you're the branches. Because we're connected, we bear fruit. When we're connected to God through the power of Jesus as he gives to us, we bear fruit. We love. We offer grace and mercy and forgiveness. When we're connected to each other because of this, then we too bear fruit. Our lives are an example of what God calls us to. And I think this is such an important thing for us, again, as we begin a new year, that we stay connected. I told Diane last night this interesting way we stay connected these days. Even though our kids don't live far from us, we had a FaceTime last night with Dustin and Mitty and Carter and Hudson, and Carter telling me about his new school and how excited he was about it. Then we had a FaceTime with Kelsey and Weston talking to us, and I was in the other room, and Diane was on the FaceTime, and Weston heard my voice, and he started, "Papa! Hi, Papa!" In that simple way, even though we don't live far apart, our connection is so important for us. And I would pray that we'd find our connection again with each other. That whatever way that looks like, whether it's this way, whether it's on Sunday morning gathering in this place, whether it's going on mission trip this summer, in the spring when I'm able, joining me to walk. Maybe we'll do a morning and an evening kind of group. I don't know what that looks like, but it feels like to me that the best way for us to live is to be connected to each other. Jesus says it, "I'm the vine, you are the branches. Those who abide in me and I in them bear much fruit, because apart from me, you can do nothing." I believe it to be true in our relationship with God, and I believe it to be true in our relationship with each other. So, going into a new year, I hope we strengthen the bonds of our relationship with Jesus. Stay connected as a branch. And that we'll strengthen the bonds of our relationships with each other. And we'll stay connected and find new connections as we go forward. So, that's the word for today. Hope it helps you, reminds you of what's important for us in our connections with each other. Know of God's love and grace and mercy in your life. Know of my love for all of you, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Have a great day.